People are talking about doing VTuber University, but I feel like that won't do much that Ludwig didn't. I'm gonna be so real with you. If you want to do something like VTuber University, number one, vast majority of the advice that VTubers need is already in StreamerU, and they should just go watch that. If they think VTubing is different, they're wrong. Are there some unique things? Yes, with like models and stuff. All that info's out there and you could Google it and find out very quickly. But I still think that doesn't mean that there's no worth in doing something like that. But at the end of the day, the people who are teaching and talking about those things should be really large VTubers who are really good in whatever category they're teaching, right? That's what it should be. But I don't know who's gonna, I don't know if anyone will do that. You know what I mean? Like put that together. I think it'd be nice, but what's gonna happen is a lot of these people, instead of teaching about like really VTubing specific things, they're gonna sit there and give you generic streamer advice that you could have just gotten at StreamerU from people who are infinitely bigger, you know? So yeah, create a VTuber University, do the same thing pretty much. But also the big thing with StreamerU is that all those people are there in the same space and making content together. Just doing the courses, just make a YouTube video. You don't need to do an event for it, right? Unless you're doing a unique thing like bringing like these 6 people who never do together to do courses or something. You know what I mean? Like I think really the only time it has a lot of value is if you're bringing together big streamers that people don't usually get to ask about VTubing. But yeah, it can be done. It's just I think people should just watch the StreamerU and just go with that. I will also say I have hosted several seminars where I've talked about things and then did AMAs in the VTuber Guild. There's a creator club through Twitch, and I've done that several times, and I will do them again. We've had VTuber University, it's there. You know, I've already done that, and I get asked the same 25 questions over and over, and it's rarely a very unique, specific question where I could uniquely be able to answer it. Most of it is stuff that I'm like, you could Google that, you could Google that, you could Google that very easily. You could find someone more qualified than me to answer that very quickly, even. You know, like an even bigger streamer or something like that, right? And then the VTubing specific questions, they rarely ask me much about tech because again, that could also be Googled, and they've already done the tech research usually. And then the only thing that I would offer that, you know, to people because they would ask a more unique question would be stuff about like corpo, insight into VTuber corpos, because there's not a lot of correct info out there on that. And that's it. It's the business stuff that is maybe unique to VTubers a little bit up at the top end, you know, that I'll get asked about. And that is something where I feel like, okay, I'm glad I'm doing this because I don't know who else could have answered this for them, right? That's good. But a lot of the questions I get asked are, yeah, just generic streaming things that they could find answers to. I'm glad they want to hear my take. That's nice. And I'll always answer it when I'm doing one of those things. But because that's already been my experience doing a seminar, I'm like, VTuberU would just be the same thing as that, right? However, if people put like a proper course together on something VTubing specific, that could be really nice. But people already do. There are already content creators who do that. They just tend to be smaller content creators. So maybe people just want to hear it from big streamers so that they can have that validation that it is like, I know for a fact it worked for this person, right? They're speaking from their experience, and that's good. What would be a major difference between VTubing that would not be in StreamerU? It's the tech, that's all. You could even go into like staying in character, being in roleplay as your brand more, but a lot of VTubers don't do that straight up. They don't have a desire to do that. They think they want to do it, and then they find out that it's tiring and you have to want to be a method actor, and they're like, wait a minute, I don't want to be a method actor, you know? So they drop that. And you could also just look at any role player. There's so many streamers that are just characters. You could, face cam streamers are characters a lot of the time. So that's not even a VTuber specific thing. That's not, you know?